Hello rail fans, and welcome to another French Fried Trains Minecraft Locomotive tutorial. Today, we're going to be building AWVR 777 from the movie Unstoppable. For those of you who don't know, Unstoppable is a great action movie about a runaway train, based on the CSX Crazy 8s incident. And for the movie, they leased a Canadian Pacific AC-44CW and painted it up here in the fictional AWVR color scheme. So let's get into it here. As usual, I'll be building it on the front of the train I already have here. So the first step is to take out a dark oak stair to be the coupler, get it attached up. Underneath that, we put a dark oak fence gate for an air hose, then come up and delete these fence gates on either side of the coupler and replace them with dark oak fences to be connected air hoses. Then on the next block down, we'll put an oak stair facing this way in the middle with a polished blackstone stair on either side of it. On the outsides of that, we put an upside down outward facing oak stair. Then in the middle above that, a polished blackstone block. Then an upside down forward facing oak stair on either side, and an upside down forward facing polished blackstone on either side of that. Then we put a temporary block above it, an upside down red nether brick stair, smooth quartz, and another red nether brick. Delete the temporary block. Now we swing around behind it here with a polished blackstone block. And we're going to make this T-shaped pattern. Then we're going to put an end rod down on bottom above each rail. Behind that, back to polished blackstone block. And we're going to make a 5x3 coming out to each side of the rails here. Then we'll start our wheels, so get a block of netherite, skip one block back behind that. Netherite on each rail with an end rod axle. Then we're going to take blackstone stairs and we're going to make an upside down back-to-back T-shaped pattern that comes 5 across the rails. Then another set of netherite wheels and an end rod axle. Back to blackstone stairs and another upside down back-to-back T-shaped pattern coming 5 across the rails. Then our last set of wheels for this truck, so netherite on each rail again with an end rod axle. Then we open dark oak fence gates into the ends of the wheels here, and open dark oak fence gates into the ends of the wheels over on this side here. Then we'll come around with a polished blackstone block and start filling in this top middle 3 above the truck. We bring it down to the end of this truck and one past where the fence gates are. Swing around underneath and put 3 polished blackstone underneath here. Off the side of the bottom one, we're going to put upside down outward facing polished blackstone stairs in a row coming down 14 blocks long. Once you have 14 blocks, we're going to swing around like this, put 3 polished blackstone across the back, and then same thing, upside down outward facing stairs, 14 blocks long, to fill in this side and frame in the bottom of our fuel tank here. Then we'll come on top with a polished blackstone block and start filling in the top middle 3 above the fuel tank. Bring it all the way down. For now, we'll stop at the end of the fuel tank. We got to do our next truck. So we'll get a block of netherite here, and we'll skip 1 block back from this. Get netherite on each rail with an end rod axle. Then blackstone stairs, upside down in a back-to-back T-shaped pattern, coming 5 across the rails. Then another set of netherite wheels with an end rod axle, and another set of back-to-back blackstone stairs, upside down in a T-shaped pattern, 5 across the rails. Then our last set of wheels, so netherite on each rail again, with an end rod axle. Then we open dark oak fence gates into the wheels here. We also open them into the wheels on this end. Now we'll switch back to polished blackstone block and continue filling the top middle 3 down above this truck. Bring it down to the end and we'll stop above where the fence gates are. In front of that, we need to get a 5x3 coming across to each side of the rails here. Then in front of that, we make this T-shaped pattern and put an end rod above each rail on bottom. On this, on bottom middle, an oak stair, polished blackstone stair on either side, then an upside down outward facing oak stair on the outside edges. For the next level, polished blackstone in the middle, upside down oak stair on either side of that, and upside down polished blackstone stair on either side of that. On top, upside down red nether brick on each side with a smooth quartz stair in the middle. Now we swing around with a dark oak stair for the coupler on this end and get it stacked up to that second block. Delete the one you used for placement. Underneath it, a dark oak fence gate for the air hose. Then we're going to turn this way and open a dark oak fence gate on either side of the plow here. Then we're going to take smooth quartz slabs for the stairs and put 3 of them coming up in that gap on the bottom hit boxes of all 3 blocks. Got to put our stairs on this end, so 3 slabs here, and 3 slabs over on this side. Then we're going to come down on the sides of the trucks here, and we're going to put a hopper on the side in front of each wheel. Same thing here, and of course we have to do the other side, so a hopper in front of all 3 of these wheels, and a hopper in front of all 3 of these wheels. Then we're going to take a blackstone slab and put them above the hoppers. Same thing here. And then the other side, 3 slabs above these hoppers, and 3 slabs above these hoppers here. Now we decide which end's the front. Mine's going to face the void here, making this the engineer side. Come on the engineer side of the fuel tank. Put 2 polished blackstone blocks on back and 4 on front like this. Then we put a player head here for a fuel cap and a crimson button. Then switch to anvils, 3 on the back, 4 coming off the front with a space between them for the air tanks. On this side of the fuel tank, we do a solid row of polished blackstone blocks. Right there, we put our player head and our button. Then we're going to take out a bell, and we put a bell right here. Then we're going to take out a chain, put a chain in these 2 gaps on the corners, a chain here, a chain in these 2 gaps, and a chain here and here. Then switch to polished blackstone block and start filling in this top middle 3 going from end to end. Then on top of this outside edge here, we're going to start in the corner with a smooth quartz slab, and we're going to alternate a block of space with smooth quartz slabs going end to end on both sides. Then in the gaps between them, we're going to put red nether brick slabs end to end on both sides. Then we're going to come on front, 2 blocks in from the front with red concrete. We're going to put 3 red concrete on the left, a space, and 1 on the right. In the middle, we put 2 yellow wool like this. Then we're going to take out a bee nest, put a sideways bee nest here, and a backward bee nest there. Then, above that, we're going to take out a block of glowstone to be the headlight. And in the top middle, we're going to put a glowstone. On either side of that, sideways red nether brick stairs facing outward like this. Then we're going to come around behind this. And on bottom on each side, we put 1 red concrete. Then we're going to turn backwards and put a bee nest on each side above that. Then 3 red concrete across this top middle. Then we'll turn this way and a red nether brick stair on each side like that, and then red carpet up in the corners. Then we'll put a T-shape of red carpet on top of the nose here. Then, behind that, on the outside edges, we're going to take red concrete on each side, and we're going to make a 2x4. Same thing over on this side. Then a red concrete on front and back. Then a block of coal in between there for the locomotive number. Then light blue stained glass block across the front, red in the middle, and 2 more glass. Then light blue stained glass panes over the coal to be the side windows, and red concrete behind them. Then on this conductor side, we're going to knock out this bottom block here and put a sideways observer. Then come over on the engineer side, and we put a ladder here and here for vents on the bottom of the cab. Come on top of the cab and fill in the top middle 3 with red concrete, and extend that down to the back of the cab to be the roof. On the outsides above the windows, we're going to put outward facing red nether brick stairs, and same thing over on this side. Now we'll come behind the cab and work on the dynamic brake area. Take red concrete coming off the middle of the cab roof and extend it back by 9 blocks. On the conductor side here, behind the cab, we put 2 yellow wool, then a sideways observer, then red concrete, another sideways observer, then 2 red concrete, bedrock, and red concrete. Then up here, the yellow actually comes across the roof here. So I'm going to knock out these 2 and fill it with yellow, and I'm actually going to extend the yellow down 1 more. So on this side, 2 yellow wool, sideways observer, and another sideways observer with red concrete between it. And I'm actually going to extend the yellow down 1 more even. Now it looks right. Then behind that, we'll put a bedrock lined up the same way as the other side and fill the rest with red concrete. Then we're going to come underneath here, skip 1 block back with yellow wool, and put 4 yellow wool. Same thing here. We're just going to keep stepping rows of 4 yellow row backwards by 1, so it's kind of like a stair shape. Do the same thing on this side. So back 1, 4 yellow wool. Keep going, back 1, 4 yellow wool, and back 1, and 4 yellow wool till we reach this bottom. We got to go over and do the same thing on the other side to complete it. So back 1, 4 yellow wool here, back 1 again, and behind it on bottom, on each side, a backward facing B-nest. Then we're going to take red concrete, and we can fill in all underneath here with red concrete coming up to the cab. Same thing here. We'll fill this all in with red concrete till it meets the top. Then over here, fill all this in with red concrete. Then over here, it's a little different. We have to leave a space for a door right there on this side of the cab. On this side, on bottom, behind the cab, a row of 5 red concrete and 1 coming up like that. Then we'll come over on this side and we have to do the inverter box. We start on the 7th block back with yellow wool, 3 yellow wool, then 4 red concrete. Then 4 yellow wool, so it lines up with the pattern, and red concrete in front of it. Then red, yellow wool here, and 2 red concrete up to the cab. Now come around behind here on each side, on bottom, with a backward facing B-nest, and start bringing a row to the back. This stripe has pinstripes on it, so that's why I'm using B-nests. If you don't like that, with the mismatch, you can always just use yellow wool for this stripe. Keep bringing it back. When we get here, we have to turn around and place 2 this way and 1 in the middle this way so you don't see the holes on the B-nests. On the back, we're going to place a column of 4 red concrete on each of these 3 end blocks here. we're going to come back to this front section and make an edit. Delete this block, and we're actually going to extend this bedrock vent out so it's 2 blocks long on each side. Now it's looking a little more correct. Then we're going to take a dark oak sign and put it between those 2 observers on this side. Then, coming off the top of this backwood, an upside down red nether brick stair on either side. Then we're going to switch to polished black stone brick stairs upside down, and we're going to bring it forward by 8 blocks. Then a red nether brick stair in front of that. Same thing over here. So polished black stone brick, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and a red nether brick. Then we put red concrete across the middle and 3 red nether brick slabs above that. Then 3 red nether brick slabs back here, and then bring red nether brick slabs right up this middle. Then, on each side of that, polish black stone brick slabs to fill in the radiator vents on top here. Same thing over on this side, polish black stone brick slabs coming up this gap. Now come over on this other side on bottom here. That one wasn't supposed to be there. Knock out this first bee nest, and then skip a block in the next one. Then take polished black stone brick wall, and we're going to put a column of 3 walls in each of these gaps. In between them here, 2 red concrete. Then knock out this bee nest right next to it, put a bedrock. Then 2 red concrete above it, and we're going to close a trap door to be the brake wheel, so it looks like that. Then 2 polished black stone brick walls like that. Then 2 red concrete. Then we're going to switch to bedrock, and we're going to fill in behind here with bedrock in a 2x2 and put iron bars over that. Then 2 red concrete in front of that. We can fill in this top layer with red concrete up here. So now the vents on this side are done. Now we'll come over and do this side, and it's slightly different over here. So starting at the back, we're going to take our polished black stone brick wall, 2 of them here, then 2 red concrete. Then a bedrock on bottom here with red concrete above it. Then a 2x2 of walls, then a column of 2 red concrete. Then we're going to put a wall on bottom with red concrete over it. Then a column of 2 iron bars, then 2 red concrete. Then we can go ahead and fill in this top row with red concrete to complete this radiator section. Now we'll come up to this middle section here with red concrete above these bee nests, and we'll raise it up by 3 blocks. Bring that all the way forward till it connects up. We'll do the same thing on this side, so raise it up by 3 red concrete, coming all the way across this gap. And then go ahead and fill in this middle with red concrete as well. Now we'll come on top of this with red nether brick stairs, and we're going to put 3 of them on back, facing this way. Turn around, and 3 facing this way up here. Then 1 row of red nether brick slabs right here. Then we're going to take a smoker, and we're going to put it in the middle to be the exhaust. Then we'll surround that with red nether brick slabs. Then we'll come up these sides here, and then 1 on the front. In this gap of 2, we're going to open back-to-back crimson fence gates to be the horn. Then we're going to come on top of the cab in the middle, put an iron trapdoor here and a black carpet behind it, because there's actually a locomotive number up there. The rest of the cab roof we use red carpet. Then we're going to get yellow carpet for this section where the stripe is. Yellow carpet through here. We'll have to crouch to place them above the observers. Then switch to red carpet, and we'll fill in the rest of this section with red carpet until we get to the red nether brick stairs back there. And we can go ahead and come to the very back and place red carpet on this 1 block here as well. Now come down on this back, on this left-hand corner, knock out that block and replace it with black wool. Then take black carpet and fill in the rest of this back porch with black carpet in a T-shape on the end there. Then we'll bring our black carpet all the way forward, up this walkway on the side of the locomotive. Put it up on this section here, and up on that stair. Come to the front, make a T-shape of black carpet in the middle. Then we'll swing around here, black carpet up on this inverter box, and then black carpet running all the way down this walkway, all the way to the back till it connects up with the carpet we already placed. Now we'll do our railings, so get a birch fence. Start on the back bottom here. We're going to come up 3, then over 1 and up 1. Same thing on this side, up 3, then over 1 and up 1. Then switch to crimson fence, put 1 on each side and 2 on top like this. Then back to birch. On here we come up 4 with birch. Same thing over here, up by 4. Then we're going to come up and do the front. And it's the same pattern. So here we come up 4. Here we come up 3, over 1, up 1. Then we'll do this side, up 3, over 1 and up 1. And then 4 back here. Then we'll switch to crimson. A crimson on the insides here, and 2 on top. Then we'll do our side railings here, so come back down to the end. Connect your crimson fence up here and start bringing it forward. Bring it all the way up this side of the locomotive here. When we get here, we're going to come up 1, 2, 3, and then over to connect with the back of the cab. Then it actually angles here. So here we're going to make a little stair-shaped pattern with the fences, like that. Then we'll come around and do the other side. So connect up with this fence here and start bringing that forward up this side of the locomotive. When we get up here, we come up 1 and then over, and then by this stair up another 1 and then over to connect. Then we'll do our doors, so take out a crimson door, put 1 up here on the nose, come around here and 1 behind the cab where we left that gap. Then we'll take out item frames. We're going to put an item frame on each of these fences on bottom here, and we'll put glowstone in those for the ditch lights. Then an item frame with glowstone over this glowstone to make the headlight look better. Then we'll take a dark oak sign above the window on the left with our locomotive number 777. Same thing over here. Then we'll go ahead and we'll take out some white dye here. And we'll hit those signs with white dye so the number shows up better. Then we'll come work on the rear end. So come down to the back here if you want rear ditch lights. Item frames on these fences with glowstone for rear ditch lights. Then we'll come up to the top middle. 2 item frames with glowstone for the rear headlights. Then 1 block down on the side, we put our sign with 777, same thing on the other side. Then hit those signs with white dye. Then we're going to run a ladder up this left-hand side. Now we need to make some banners, so get out a loom and come into it here. We're going to use a red banner in black dye. Put a vertical on the left, a vertical on the right, horizontal on top, horizontal in the middle. New banner. We're going to put a vertical on the left, a vertical on the right, and a horizontal on bottom. New banner. Vertical on the left, top half black, and a diagonal. New banner with white dye this time. Vertical on the left, vertical on the right, horizontal on bottom. Then switch to red dye, and we're going to put a red border around all 4 of these banners that we just made. Then we can come up and we'll go ahead and place it on the side of the locomotive here. So we're going to come up on the side of the locomotive, 1 block back from the beginning of the red nether brick section here. And we'll place our banners in a pattern just like this. The logo in the movie says AWVR, but the W and V are combined, and the V is highlighted in white. I didn't know how to make that as a single banner, so we used 2 banners to make it like that. I couldn't think of any other way to do it. Then we'll go ahead and come over and put that same pattern of banners over here on this side. And now our logos are done. Now we'll do our interior, so come on in through this nose door here. We'll put an end portal in this corner for the toilet. Then take out smooth sandstone slabs, and we're going to stack it up all the way till it reaches the bottom of the window here. Same thing on this side. Turn to the side and we'll stack this side up till it's the same level as the door. Same thing back here, and same thing on this side. Then we'll use our slabs to make a staircase to get down here. And we'll come down in here, turn around and put a door right there. Then in this back, we're going to put a sideways blast furnace and a glowstone to light in. Turn this way, a slab on this side for a conductor desk, in the middle an item frame with an end crystal for a computer, and then a lever on that side for the engineer. Turn around here and put 2 stairs in there to be seats. Now our interior is completed. And there we have it, folks. We've completed AWVR 777 from the movie Unstoppable, an AC-44 CW. I hope you enjoyed building it. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And everyone have a great week. Stay safe out there.